What is up, everybody? It was Officer here, bringing you the next gameplay video in the council. So we gotta go out to the other side of the garden and go find the exegeses. So over here, and then instead of going back, we're going to go this way to the portrait gallery instead of the main house. No, never mind. Portrait gallery is this way.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. That statue is not positioned correctly.
Oh gosh, swivel the statue around. Oh, I forgot what it was. The shield. There it goes.
Open sesame.
And then...
Given all the relics preserved...
Amber.
Ooh, nice. Got another amber thing. There's the exegeses. It is. Because I'm taking it.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Okay. Message written correspondence of dates. I don't know. That's probably going to have to do with something once I'm there. But I do not know where the cross is.
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Do I just go back then? I think I just go back because it says already found. Alright, that's what I'm gonna guess. And you guys can scold me if I'm wrong. If I could even get back in. Let me through, please. Yeah, there's just been a roller coaster of ride of roller coaster emotion stuff. People dying, guns to my head, demon talk, all that jazz. Man, I could have just caught everything at the end of the last episode and just went straight to this. I mean, I guess this works. I'm probably gonna have to figure out what the note does. So, wait.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Okay, so somewhere in the crypt. And there it is.
Famous cross of Clement III. Perfect. And one key found.
So,
Put me
good.
there.
You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Where? Wait, ask her what she chose.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed one nail in Bethlehem, one in chapter 2 and one in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
Okay, so
What
where to
hole
put the
should I
nail?
put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse. Those are Roman numerals on the disc.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess
my
I
turn
could
now.
begin.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
This is going to go bad because I have no idea how to work this thing. So what does this do?
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
Okay.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Towns. Oh gosh. Bethesda.
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick
So
and lame.
Bethesda,
on the 8th
chapter
of
5,
Adar,
verse 2.
3791. In
I feel like I'm gonna
Jerusalem,
have to start writing
at
this
the
stuff
pool
down.
of Bethesda, all stand and fling away their canes.
Bethesda, chapter 5, verse 2.
Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude
I
of
have no
impotent
idea.
folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same
I
day
know this one.
was the Sabbath.
Okay. Themes. So, oh no, I did not mean to do that. Let me out of here,
The cycle of the
please.
moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
There seems to be something right here. Oreo jelly. Consult notes. Hide interface. Analyze the fresco.
clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
Okay,
We'll have to
so
trust her.
I understand now. Notice the detail.
You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more.
Oh, cool.
Why, of course. I-N-R-I. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus.
So the crucifixion of Jesus. Analyze the whole
It
door.
looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
I'm gonna read
Clearly.
the inscription.
We have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Okay. So I gotta find something.
The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
Don't want that. I want this. Themes.
Chapter
Crucifixion.
19, verse 17.
So
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan,
Crucifixion is
3793, in a place near Jerusalem.
I think
The Romans put a
that's what I
crown of
just said.
thorns on his head.
I do not have the thing to write it down.
Chapter
fast enough.
19, verse 17.
1917.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793,
I feel like this is probably going to be easier than
in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Death of the Outsider place. Towns. Oh, there's a lot of towns. But
Chapter
Nazareth.
24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan,
That's not the crucifixion, that's after the
3793,
crucifixion.
in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Go back. Jerusalem. So I'm looking for like 1917.
Chapter 2,
Bethlehem. Nope.
verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
How about
Chapter 2, verse 6.
I mean to go down to the next one.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd
I don't want
of
the
Taveth
birth.
at midnight,
I want
3762, in the
crucifixion,
village of Bethlehem.
please. Towns. About 9.
Chapter 7, verse 11. Jesus went to Nain.
Let's go back. About
Chapter
Lenovium.
2, verse 2. Publius Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium.
Go back.
Chapter 2,
Oh, God
verse
damn
6.
it.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
I want to go back to the towns, please. Let's try one of these two. Saint
Chapter
Mark.
14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the synagogue
Nope,
in Jerusalem.
that's not what I need. How about Abu
Chapter
Ghosh?
3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagosh.
Nope. Towns.
Chapter
Jordan.
1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in
Not
Jordan
what I
on
need.
the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
All I have left is this
Chapter
one.
5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791,
Okay, so it is not the
in
crucifixion.
Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda.
So I
All
gotta
stand
start.
and fling away their canes.
Okay. I know what I gotta do. There's more thematics.
Chapter 3,
So
verse
Trinity
18. Words truly pronounced
is
in
3.
Abagosh. Chapter 3, verse 18.
318.
Words truly pronounced in Abagosh.
Which is already one that we had, I think.
Chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth in him
Okay,
is
no.
not condemned,
I did not want
but
that.
he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
Go back. Themes. Let's do resurrection. So res
Chapter 24,
24.
verse 3.
3.
Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Okay. So go back. Themes. Let's do birth.
Chapter 2, verse 6.
Which actually doesn't
Jesus
matter.
was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of
Because
Tebeth
that is
at
one
midnight,
that does not matter.
3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
Because that's the one that she said that she got her hand cut off of. So let's try miracles.
Chapter 5, verse 2.
Miracle
Jesus
5,
cures the sick and
2.
lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Go back. Theme. Now let's do
Chapter
judgment.
10, verse 30. I and the Father are one.
10:30. Go back. Themes.
Chapter
Supper.
14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the Cenacle in Jerusalem.
And then
Chapter
baptism.
1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
Find the equivalent. No. So the now.
Chapter 3, verse 18.
So that's ob.
Words truly pronounced
Ooh,
in
gosh,
Abadash.
is the Trinity.
Chapter 5, verse 2.
5:2 is miracle.
Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
And then let's do Bethlehem.
Chapter 2,
Oh,
verse 6.
I don't care about
Jesus
this one.
was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Tebeth at midnight,
Look around
3762,
while that's going
in the
on.
village of Bethlehem.
Go back. Towns.
Chapter
Jordan.
1, verse 9.
1:9 is
Jesus
baptism.
was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
Go back. Towns. Let's go Nazareth.
Chapter 24, verse 3.
Is the
Jesus
resurrection.
rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Go back. Towns.
Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Tebeth at midnight,
I hear this one more time.
3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Towns. Next towns. Name.
Chapter 7, verse 11.
7-Eleven. I do not
Jesus
have
went
that.
to name.
So let's go back to towns.
Chapter 2,
Lanuvium.
verse 2.
2-2. I do not have that.
Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium.
And then all that's left is Jerusalem. Twice.
Chapter 14, verse 22.
Is the
On
supper.
the 7th of Nisan,
Is
3793,
Jerusalem.
Jesus shared his Last Supper in the Cenacle in Jerusalem.
Go back. And let's do the last one.
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th
Which is
of Adar,
also Jerusalem.
3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda.
Okay.
All stand and fling away their
So-
canes.
Judgment doesn't matter. Crucifixion didn't have any, which is weird.
Chapter 5,
No.
verse 2. Jesus cures
I meant
the
to- I
sick
thought that
and
was like,
lame on the
leave.
8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Okay. Go back. Leave. None of those matter. I have no idea what any of those are. So let's analyze. Alright, choice already made. I'll analyze the whole door.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Okay. Let's insert the nails. So let's try Abu Ghosh. And then Abu Ghosh is 318. 318, 18. What's 18? Wait, no. 13, 2, 6, 17. What is 18? 10, 4, 14, 5, 10, 19, 25, and 2. So there isn't even, so Abu Ghosh is not one of them. How about 24, 3? There's a 24, there's a 3, and there's Nazareth. Oh, the whole thing's open. I did it! Out of deduction.
It works.
I hadn't seen those other wheels. But I don't know, I find this theme too close to the one that I used.
Analyze the inside
Surely be a
wheels.
connection between the wheels.
Yes, look at the
this.
mechanism.
There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Okay. So I used Resurrection. So I could cross all the other ones out. So the Wheel of
There are
Icons.
different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels.
Mother, what do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far. Nevertheless, these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
I see the Celtic symbol. I see next skill uses free.
I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood.
Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection.
Halo is resurrection.
The waves represent the baptism of Jesus.
So I need Halo.
It's more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it's surely linked to the birth of Christ. The red herring.
So I
that
need
my
the
mother
Halo.
found.
That's all I
Then,
need.
the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
Okay. So the wheel
This
dates.
wheel contains several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
So then the wheel of
This wheel
moons.
represents the different moons. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
How about let's analyze them.
The totally black moon corresponds to the new moon. So, going clockwise, we have the waning crescent, the last quarter, the waning gibbous, the full moon, the waxing gibbous, the first quarter, and lastly, the waxing crescent.
That does not help me at all. I'm not putting it in my hand. I feel like this is when this is going to have to be part in. Oh gosh.
The moon's shadow moves from west to east.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states. Waxing crescents, first quarter.
Okay, yes, I already
waxing
did this.
gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
Test the moon cycles.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Okay. So I need to find the date. Once I have the date.
Chapter 24,
Resurrection.
verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793
So the
in
14th.
Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
So it's something 14.
Chapter 24, verse 3. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground.
I don't think
But
this
the men
does
said to
anything.
him, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee."
Okay. So, one of them is the 14th. Let's see, a 14th. Shaban 607. Come on. Wait. Six
20th of Du
I do not want that.
561, waning gibbous.
Okay, so I need
7th
this.
of Shaban, 607.
Seems like it's
First
first
quarter.
quarter. First quarter. Okay, let's test this thing out.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
So I need a 14. So I do not see a 14, which must be the blood. I need the halo. And then the moons was the quarter. I want to use this. Oh, no, no.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
I want to choose the
By
right
following
date.
clues in the Bibles and the architect's notes, the resurrection took place on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, according to the astronomers of that time. That would correspond to April 1st in the year 33 on a modern calendar.
Okay. So 1A. Okay. And I just want to make sure I got the moon right. So okay, yeah, it has to be the first one. Okay, I'm gonna trust myself.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Put your hand in.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
I'm pretty sure because that's the first quarter. Pull the lever.
Louis!
God damn it. I was close too. I had to have been close. But that's going to do it for this episode. God damn it. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.